The Teacher as a Curricularist. Reporter, JANDEL, SAMAR, CLORADO. Are you aware that the teacher's role in school is very complex? Teachers do a series of interrelated actions about curriculum, instruction, evaluation, assessment, teaching, and learning. The teacher classroom is involved in curriculum continuously all day, but very seldom teacher is described as curricularist. So in this lesson, it will bring all of us to enhance our understanding and realization of the multifaceted roles of the teacher, which relate to the curriculum. Let's talk about curricularists. Curricularists in the past are referred only to those who develop curriculum theories. So according to the study conducted by Sandra Hayes in 1991, the most influential curricularists in America includes John Dewey, Ralph Tyler, Hilda Tabba, and Franklin Babbitt. And now let's define what is curricularist. The word curricularist is described to a person or a professional who is curriculum specialist. Also, a person who is curricularist is involved in curriculum knowing, writing, planning, implementing, evaluating, innovating, and initiating may be designated as a curricularist. A teacher's role in curricularist is broader and inclusive of other functions, and so a teacher is also called curricularist. So if you are a teacher who is a curricularist, you should know first what is the curriculum. So learning starts with knowing. So the teacher as a student begins with knowing about the curriculum, the subject matter, and the content. So as a teacher, one has to swiftly learn what are incorporated in the curriculum. It is gaining scholastic knowledge, both formal, which is the discipline or logic, or the informal, which is derived from the experiences, second-hand and unintended. So it is the mastery of the content. Part of the curricularist in the past is the most influential curricularist in America, according to Sandra Hayes. So we have first John Dewey. So John Dewey felt that the curriculum should ultimately produce students who would be able to deal effectively with the modern world. So the curriculum should build an orderly sense of the world where the child lives. So that was according to John Dewey. Also, we have Ralph Tyler. Tyler believed that learning should be meaningful to the student and his community. It should be taught through appropriately designed and organized learning experiences. Learning should be evaluated not only to see what students are really learning, but to see what changes might need to be made to the curriculum. That's why he made the Tyler model, which is determine the school purposes, which is the objectives. Next, we have identify educational experiences related to purpose. Also, in the Tyler model is organize the experiences, and lastly, evaluate the purposes. Next, we have Hilda Tabba. Hilda Tabba is the developer of the Taba model of learning. This model is used to enhance the thinking skills of students. Hilda Tabba believed that there must be a process for evaluating student achievement of content. Last, under the curricularist in the past, who is the most influential curricularist in America, according to Sandra Hayes, is John Franklin Babbitt. John Franklin Babbitt felt that the curriculum was a way to prepare students for their future roles in the new industrial society. That's why he created the 5-step for curriculum making, which is first, analysis of human experiences. Under analysis of human experiences, this is about separating all the human experiences into major fields: Next, we have the job analysis. This is the step where the fields were broken down into more specific activity. Third, we have deriving objectives. So the third step was to form the objective from the abilities needed to perform the activities. Fourth, in the steps of curriculum making under John Franklin Bobbitt is selecting objective. This is where the objectives are selected from to find ones that would serve as the basis for planning activities for the student. And last, the planning in detail. This is where teachers lay out activities, experiences, and opportunities that would be needed to obtain the objectives. So what does a teacher do to deserve the label curricularist? Let us look at the different roles of the teachers in classroom and in the school. The classroom is the first place of a curricular engagement. The first school experience sets the tone to understand the meaning of schooling through the interactions of learners and teachers that will lead to learning. Therefore, curriculum is at the heart of schooling. And now, let us describe the teacher as a curricularist. First, we have knows the curriculum, or also known as knower. Learning begins with knowing. The teacher as a learner starts with knowing about the curriculum, the subject matter, or the content. As a teacher, one has to master what are included in the curriculum. The teacher as a curricularist knows the curriculum. Learning starts with knowing. So the teacher as a student begins with knowing about the curriculum, the subject matter, and the content. You need to master first the curriculum. As a teacher, one has to swiftly learn what are incorporated in the curriculum. It is gaining scholastic knowledge, both formal, which is the discipline or logic, and the informal, which is derived from experiences. Knower is the mastery of the content or the subject matter. Writes the curriculum or writer. A classroom teacher takes a record of knowledge, concepts, subject matter, or content. The teacher as a curricularist writes and even reviews the curriculum. As a curriculum writer or reviewer, the knowledge, concept, subject matter, or content that has been recorded by the teacher need to be written to preserve through books, modules, laboratory manuals, instructional guides, and reference materials in paper or electronic media. Plans the curriculum or planner. A good curriculum has to be planned. The teacher as a curricularist plans the curriculum. It is the role of the teacher to make a yearly, monthly, or daily plan of the curriculum or lesson plan. This plan will function as a guide in the enactment of the curriculum. So the teacher takes into consideration several factors planning in the curriculum. As a curriculum planner, the teacher will take into attention in several factors, which includes the learners, the support material, time, subject matter, or content, the desired outcomes, the context of the learning, among others, in planning the curriculum. So by doing this, the teacher becomes a curriculum planner. Initiates the curriculum or initiator. In this case, where the curriculum is recommended to the schools from BSED, CHED, TESDA, UNESCO, UNICEF, or other educational agencies for the improvement of quality education. So the teacher is obliged to implement. So the teacher as a curricularist initiates the curriculum. the teacher is obliged to implement when a curriculum is recommended to the schools and other educational agencies for the improvement of quality of education. Delivery of a new curriculum requires the broad-mindedness of the teachers and the full conviction that the curriculum will augment learning. A transformative teacher will never hesitate to something novel or relevant, even if there will be many obstacles and complications in doing things first. Innovates the curriculum or innovator. A curriculum is always dynamic, hence keep on changing. The teacher as a curricularist innovates the curriculum. As curriculum is always dynamic, an outstanding teacher will always be creative and innovative in order to keep at pace with the changes in the curriculum. So creativity and innovation are hallmarks of an excellent teacher. From the content strategies, ways of holding blocks of time, ways of evaluating kinds of student, and skills of teacher, one cannot find a single internal curriculum that would perpetually fit. So a good teacher therefore innovates the curriculum and thus becomes a curriculum innovator. Next, implement the curriculum or implementer. The curriculum that remains recommended or written will never serve its purpose. Somebody has to implement it. So as mentioned a while ago, the heart of schooling is the curriculum. It is the role where the teachers become the curriculum implementer. An implementer gives the life of the curriculum plan. The teacher, as at the height of an engagement with the learners, with the support materials in order to achieve the desired outcomes. So implementation of the curriculum by the teacher will define the success of the recommended, well-written, and planned curriculum. And last, teacher as a curricularist evaluates the curriculum or the evaluator. These are some questions that will guide the teacher as evaluator. Is the curriculum working? How can one determine if the desired learning outcomes has been achieved? Does it bring to desired result? Are the learning achieving? Should the curriculum be modified, terminated, or continued? So as evaluator of the curriculum, you need to consider those questions. So what does a teacher should do to deserve the label as a curricularist? So that 7 different roles are those which a responsible teacher does in the classroom every day. Doing this multifaceted work qualifies a teacher to be a curricularist. To be a teacher, it is to be a curricularist even if a teacher may not equal like Dewey, Rob Tyler, Hilda Tabba, or Franklin Babbitt. As a curricularist, a teacher will be knowing, writing, implementing, innovating, initiating, and evaluating the curriculum in the school and classroom, just like the role models and advocates in curriculum and curriculum develop who have shown the way. So that was the end of my report. Thank you for listening.